A Texan walks into a pub in Ireland, clears his throat, and announces to the crowd, "I hear you Irish are some serious drinkers. I'll give $500 to anyone who can down 10 pints of Guinness back to back." The room falls silent. No one volunteers. In fact, one guy quietly gets up and leaves. About 30 minutes later, the same man returns, walks up to the Texan, and taps him on the shoulder. "Is your offer still good?" he asks. The Texan nods. "Absolutely." The bartender lines up 10 pints, and the Irishman dives in, one after another, until all 10 are gone. The crowd erupts in cheers as the Texan, wide-eyed, hands over the $500. "But tell me," the Texan says, "where did you go for half an hour?" The Irishman wipes his mouth and grins. "Oh, I just popped down to the pub around the corner to make sure I could do it first." A man walks into a pharmacy and says to the pharmacist, "I need some condoms. My girlfriend's waiting outside." The pharmacist nods, grabs a pack, and asks, "Shall I wrap them for you?" The man replies, "Nah, she's kind of shy, but she wants to eat here."
During a lively classroom session, the teacher decided to have a little fun. She smiled and said, "Whoever can count from 1 to 10 will get a kiss from me." The class erupted with raised hands, everyone eager to win, except Johnny, who sat there quietly, grinning. Curious, the teacher walked over and asked, "Johnny, why so quiet today?" Johnny stood up, smirked, and said, "Ma'am, why don't you lie on your back and spread your legs?" Shocked, the teacher stammered, "What? Why would I do that?" Johnny winked and said, "Because I'm about to count to 100. Little Johnny was walking down the street with his dad when he said, "Hey, Dad, I'll bet you $5 there are 2 dogs humping around the next corner." His dad, skeptical but amused, said, "You're on." Sure enough, they turned the corner, and there the dogs are, going at it. With a sigh, Dad hands over the $5. Later, he calls Johnny's teacher and says, "My kid's got this disturbing gambling habit, and I can't break it because he never loses. Can you help?" The teacher replies, "Leave it to me." The next day at school, Johnny grins at his teacher and says, "Want to bet $5 I can guess the color of your panties?" Shocked, she refuses, but all week long, he keeps trying. Finally, on Friday, she decides to outsmart him. "All right, Johnny," she says, "you're on." She lifts her skirt and says with a smile, "Surprise, I'm not wearing any panties." Johnny groans and hands over the $5. Delighted, the teacher calls his father. "Great news! I made Johnny lose a bet." "Really?" the dad asks, impressed. "How?" She laughs. "All week he tried guessing the color of my panties, so today I didn't wear any. He guessed wrong." There's a long pause, then a string of curses from the dad. The teacher asks, "What's wrong?" Dad mutters, "Just this morning, he bet me $50 he'd see your peach before the day was over."